Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 31 of the Pokemon Cup Series. Today we're here at 349 in Canada for the running of the Turn of Death 100. We're finally back after a couple days off. I'm really sorry about that, just so you know. I was busy doing a lot of things. I brought a lot of stuff on Black Friday, especially a new PC. That's where I'm going to be doing my Intertown 3 races from now on. And it's much better quality. It is hopefully going to be a lot better than the other PC I had used before the laptop I used a couple years ago. And I'm hoping that this will get much better quality than it did before. So hope you guys will notice the major differences in the quality for these drivers here today. But anyway, Joseph Romanuk starts on the pole today in the 32, and Angel Navarro will be in row 2 and also on the front row. Patrick Smith and Donovan Duthin in row 2, and then Robert Smith and Jared Lewis in row 3. Followed by Igor Barreto, Yin Canario in row 4, and Josh Crash and Eric Martinez in row 5. Last time we raced in this Cup Series, it was a good one in Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, but now let's get back into the swing of things. Here with the race at 349 in Canada, the infamous Turn of Death. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh boy, with that Turn of Death, that U-turn in that area, it's going to be a lot of wrecking, a lot of lead changes. You can expect to see a lot of surprises here at 349 here today. Sorry if I sound a little bit off today. I'm battling a bit of a cold, so that's also why I haven't done races lately. Is because I'm also battling a cold as well. On top of that, doing everything, getting everything all new and set up, I'm battling a cold as we speak, so I'm not going to sound as good as before, as I usually am. But I'm going to try the best I can to give you guys the races you guys want to see. But anyway, let's resume the action and. We're going to go right onto it with a 14-lap race here at 349. Of course, a tribute to Tony Stewart's number, the 14, his last number. But now here we go. We're going to get back to the green flag here for a 14-lap showdown here today at 349. Sorry for some of the lag. I guess the lag is unavoidable unless if you tinker some settings, but we're going to stick to the settings we have right now. And maybe I'll do some more tinkering after this race. So here we go. We are green here at 349. The green flag waves in the Turn of Death 100. And so far, it is Romanuk in front already on the first lap from the pole. But how long will that last? Of course, we have the infamous Turn of Death where the leaders almost always wreck out on that corner. It's always been one of the most exciting parts of the track. And an otherwise boring road course outs would make this track interesting. And you never know who's going to win this race at the Turn of Death. Sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. It's like a 50-50 shot every time. So we'll see if our defending series champion can hold off against the Turn of Death. Be the first driver to face off the Turn of Death as the leader. So here we go. Turn of Death coming up here at 349. Little high. Romanuk is high, but he does make it out. He did make it out barely. That's good for him that he made it out. Anybody made it out? All of them made it out apparently. Wow. All of them made it out. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised that every driver was able to make it out of the Turn of Death unscathed to start off the race. Well, we're only in lap 2 now. Things could change in an instant. Romanuk, the defending champion, looking to win to get in the playoffs. I almost forgot to mention that because I had to get a new PC, because I got a new PC to transfer the game in and every scheming, I just wasn't able to, I forgot to transfer the, save files, I should say, the standings, the results, the overall records, but I do have them. I do have the playoff field, lined up already. I did, measure out who won each race. So, just so you know, there will be no regular season champion this season. There will be no playoff point, bonuses, regular season champion. There will be none of that. This season, there'll just be a playoffs and a predetermined number of points depending on how many wins each driver got. So I do apologize for that. But we're just gonna focus on the playoffs and focus who wins and who gets in. And I'll figure out how I can get those drivers in the playoffs. But Joseph Romanuk, oh no, he just slipped in the turn of death. Second lap, he crashes out. Oh, he gets hit. Excuse me, I'm still battling a bit of a cold, and that's why I'm still coughing a little bit. Fitzwater hit him. I believe Fitzwater hit the 32. Wow. So Navarre leads back to the caution flag. And we back to green as soon as possible. There we go, back to the green flag. Romanuk is done for the day, and Patrick Smith leads the race. They had pit stops under caution, and Patrick Smith leads. Smith's already in the playoffs, I believe, with a win. Oh no, I have to measure who's in the playoffs and who's not. Heh. Yeah, now that I don't have the point standings anymore because I had to transfer everything in, and I just forgot to transfer those points to the game itself when I moved to the new PC. So it was my bad. So anyway, here we go. Turn of death. Once again. Will Patrick Smith make it out? Oh no, he's not going to make it. He went a little high and he jumps above. And he slips. He didn't wreck out, but he slipped. He just slipped loose, and yeah, that was the end of that. Nevertheless, though, a great save on the 12 car. He does save it from the crash, but his chance of winning might have just gone down the drain. And Yin Canario has just wrecked out the turn of death. Canario was the victim. The 21 was the one victim that the turn of death took on that last lap. The other Smith is leading. It's Robert Smith. How about that? We had a Smith leading the field, and then another Smith takes it after the turn of death. Wow. Stunning. Robert Smith is in the lead right now, and he has 2 wins, but his wins were encumbered. That will still stand, by the way. Even though I mentioned earlier, I forgot to transfer the points and results from the old laptop into my new PC. So I'm only going to be counting the wins, and we will not have a regular season champion, nor have any bonus regular season points or whatever added to the playoffs. We'll just measure the wins, and we'll determine who will get in the playoffs and how they will be able to do it. But anyway, here we go. Turn of death coming up for Robert Smith. A little too high, but he's able to make it. So Robert Smith stays alive. Robert Smith stays as a leader. He's able to make it through the turn of death. And there's a caution. We have Jared Lewis and Josh Crash and Maxwell Smart have crashed out of the turn of death. So let's get back to green with whoever's gonna lead this race. And it's Igor Barreto. Not sure why those other cars decided to pit under the yellow or before the green, but it's a little bit of a mix-up. Excuse me, I apologize again for coughing. Again, I did mention earlier that I'm battling a bit of a cold right now, and that's why I didn't do races for a couple days, but my voice is almost at 100%. Just not quite there, but I wanted to do a race and give you guys some kind of race in a few days. And the leader, Steve Morgan, has crashed out. Wow. Uh-oh. Lopez is wrecked too. And the yellow's out, unsurprisingly, with 5 to go. This is going to make things interesting. Igor Barretto's out in front with just 5 laps left. We'll see who will survive with 3 to go when we get back to green. Looks like these guys are going to pit before the green flag. And that's going to leave Donovan Douthat as the leader. We get a caution, we'll have overtime. And this will be good because if we have overtime, who knows what's going to happen. Oh, John Andrews just took the lead. Oh my goodness. Robert Smith just spun the 78 of Douthat. And we will have overtime in 349. How about that? Oh my goodness. Wow. We got to look back that again. But John Andrews leading in the turn of death. They'll race it back anyway. We'll have a 2-lap overtime. But anyway, John Andrews, he'll face off the turn of death, and here we go. He's in the pavement, and one car just spun, and now he loses the lead. Andrews trying to get there, and he spins. Oh man, Andrew just spun out, trying to save himself from the turn of death. And Eric Martinez will lead to the caution when we have overtime. Oh my gosh. Insane race, folks. Wow. Let's look back at that again. Here's what happened. John Andrews went a little too loose, and then he tried to get back up, and his wheels just locked up, and he hits the 48. Then he goes around, he hits the post there, and he wrecks out. Let's look back at what happened to Donovan Douthat. Let's look back at what happened to him as the leader. He wrecked out. He was leading this race, and then he crashes. Wow, Robert Smith made contact with the 78. He went flying. There's a 3 as well of Robert Smith also involved. Huge mess. And the 41 just spun. Ryan Casey spun as well. So this is interesting. And Eric Martinez will lead us back to overtime. So, oh boy, it's going to be a final two lap dash to the finish for the ages here at 349. So we'll be back with the exciting conclusion from 349. Alrighty guys, here we are in overtime. It's going to be a 2-lap dash to decide who wins this race at 349. All the unpredictable wrecks that have happened here today, we never know who will truly win this race until the very end. It's going to come down to 2 more laps here at 349. We'll see who will take home the checkers today in Canada. The second race in Canada here today. But here we go. Final 2 laps about to get on here in 349. Here we go. Will Eric Martinez hold on and win again? We'll see. The green flag waves again with 2 to go. So far, the 4 car has gone off to a good start. But will it last, though? Will that lead last for the 4 team? Martinez trying to win again here in the number 4 car. We'll see if he can repeat his success he had earlier. Martinez has 2 wins, so if he wins again, it'll be a 3rd win for him, and it would join in with Josh. It would even in with Josh Crash in terms of wins this season. Man, would he really love to win again? We'll see if he can do that. So here we go. They're going to go down right now into the turn of death. And this is it, folks. This is it. And Martinez makes it through for now. The 4 car makes it through. Everybody made it through. So now we're coming to the white flag with 1 lap to go. Will the Ford machine be able to hold off the 48? It's going to come down to the very last lap. They'll have to get lucky again and survive like they did before to win this race again. There's the white flag in the air. Man, was it an unpredictable race as always at 349, but will Eric Martinez win for the 3rd time this season? Will there be another winner coming up and blocking his or her spot in the playoffs? Excuse me. The race continues, and now we're going downhill again, and that means the turn of death is going to be facing off against these drivers one more time. This might not be over. It's going to come down to the last out, folks. Oh, boy. Here we go, folks. The turn of death awaits for the 4. Will he survive? We'll see. And away we go. Let's see if he makes it out alive. Oh, and he made it through perfectly. Wow. Eric Martinez just made it through perfectly through the turn of death. That's probably all he needs to hang on for the win. And Eric Martinez in the 4 is going to come off the final turn. He's going to win for the 3rd time this season, tying with Josh Crash for the most wins this season here in the Turn of Death 100 at 349 in Canada. And what a finish that was, but in the end, though, Eric Martinez wins for the 3rd time this season. He now ties Josh Crash for the most wins in season 31 with 3. 3 must be the lucky number for those two. And now they'll both be facing off against each other for that championship now. So they're definitely going to be the 2 names to look out for in the playoffs. Eric Martinez, congrats to him on his 3rd win of the season. He does it at 349, and our next race will be continuing World Tour 31. Give me 1 sec as I look into the schedule. The next race will be at Calder Park, Australia in the Down Under. And by the way, the next 3 World Tour races will be on ovals. With Calder Park in Australia up next, the home race of Zachary Fitzwater, Rockham, UK. That'll be fun. And then the regular season finale at Twin Ring, Montague. Just 3 races are left, actually, before the playoffs begin. So, hope you'll join us for those 3 races. And we'll see you guys next time at... Excuse me. We'll see you guys next time at Calder Park Raceway. Hope my voice can be better now. But, yeah, I just want to get this race out just so you guys... we'll get a race somewhere down the line. But anyway, we'll see you guys next time as Eric Martinez wins the race, wins for the 3rd time this season. We'll see you then.